Welcome back to ciLiving. You know Matt Metcalf from The Vault, and I wanted to take some time to get to know him and see where he came from and how he became WCIA 3's Archivist. Thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely.
All right, so Matt, tell us your backstory.
Gee, that's easy. Okay, so WCIA, years ago I anchored the morning show, right? I was in the news department. I left and went to work at some other TV stations, which is part of the backstory for From the Vault. And then our friend Robert Reese passed away in 2012, and I came back for the funeral, and it was at that time that they recruited me to host ciLiving. And so that's how I got back to the station. I don't know if everyone knows the rest of that deep background about how and why I came back. So in 2018, I was doing graduate courses during the time that I was on ciLiving, and they were in history at Eastern and then archives and special collections at the University of Illinois. And so I was looking for a project, and WCIA was like, this is how we kept all of our tapes and whatnot in the basement. And there's no, I'm not throwing any shade with this. This is how a lot of TV stations. This is the storage, right? Yeah. And it was because it was so important to me, because the station was so important to me, and the history here. I said, we can do better, and from there, the Archive Project was born.
And so what exactly do you do with the Archive Project?
Well, okay, so it's all the things that are on here. These are a bunch of old videotapes. So that, like, all of these tapes are being converted to a digital format. There is legitimate loss. Those tapes get older, and this is something for people at home to remember about their VHS collections and other stuff that they have. Film actually does a little bit better. This, if you have 8mm, it probably is not on a reel this big, but if you have 8mm, this lasts a little bit longer. The tapes, not so much. So if you have precious stuff for you and your family on VHS, you need to get that converted. Sooner than later, because the tapes degrade, and it was made in a commercial format, which means it's not going to last as long, etc. So getting this stuff off of here, and then gathering what they call metadata, I'm putting on my teacher hat, is data about data. So what is this stuff? Like, what is it? How is it organized? What's on it? And what are the things in it? Think of it like social media tagging. Like, I have to describe all of those bits of video so that we can find them a little bit later on.
Right, and so that also if you're not here on a certain day and someone's like, hey, do you have that clip of whoever is looking in the computer or in the database can find that.
100%, that's exactly right. It can't just be me. It's got to be everyone at the station.
And then how was From the Vault born?
Right, okay. So we had all this stuff, right? And in 2015, I did a prototype. We used to have a show called CIA Reports. And I did a prototype, the Lost From the Vault episode 0. Ooh. I'll have to put it on the streaming site sometime. Anyway, so From the Vault, took two ideas, one from a TV station I worked at in Philadelphia when I was at the Fox station. They did sort of a rehash every week of like the big news stories. So that was in my mind. And then a TV station I worked at in Trenton, New Jersey did a local history story that I did for them for a number of years. And so From the Vault is sort of a mesh of those two ideas, taking materials that we have that people are interested in, big stories, people they remember, and then putting it into a half-an-hour show. And so from the half-hour show came something that happens on Friday nights, is weekly episodes, because the station management was like, we want more of that. That's cool, and people are responding well to it. So I'm really proud that we're getting some of those shows and some of that material on the streaming site now on WCIA 3+.
And I was going to say, so if you miss it on Friday, then you can watch it on Roku, Fire Stick, Apple TV, now on the WCIA Plus app. Yeah,
everywhere. It's good. And so as long as people keep, responding positively to doing it, I want to do it because it's an ongoing project, and there's always new stuff. It's amazing the stuff that you come across. It's super fun.
And I think it's really important that we're preserving those old stories and some of that really cool history of the station and of the channel and all of that stuff. So that's really great that you're doing that. Thank you for doing that, Matt.
I think it was John Steinbeck that said, if we don't know our history, we don't know ourselves, or something like that. Don't quote me, literature majors, but it's something along those lines, and I really believe that. Central Illinois has an incredible story. We have amazing towns, and to be able to help tell those stories over the years is very meaningful to me and hopefully to the folks at home.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here and for doing that, and definitely watch The Vault.